Thanks, Tim. We're set for the next of the Group 1s here at Sandown Park. It is the Sapphire Crown, and I tell you what, a lot of the rage from a lot of judges midweek has been about number 2 in distinction. Nathan Rooney, last week, she was tamed to begin from a wide draw, but she was still able to set a good first split. You just can't help but think she can bounce back in a big way tonight, and we see more of what we know and love about distinction, and that is brutal early speed.
Yeah, I think she can replicate similar to what the Harrison Dawson winner and Dewana Star did. You know, I think at 490 odd, 1850 can be on the cards for distinction off a favourable inside draw with some good racing under her belt. She's been, this is her grand final. She's been prepped to the minute by Jason Thompson. She's come up favourably by the draw, and she looks awfully hard to beat.
Indeed she does, Duck. I mean, she's getting backed late here. She was $2, now $1.80.
My word, is she being backed? Yeah, she just keeps being truckloaded here. Like I said, she began very well last week. It was just that upended and Scott Sibner to freakish beginners. So I didn't think it was too bad, actually, the way she jumped. It was uncharacteristic for her to be in third, but that's because those two greyhounds in front of her are that good early. Now she shifts from box 7 to box 2. Gee, she ticks a lot of boxes here. The only little thing if I'm trying to be negative on her a little bit here, is the 3 Lamia, Nonna Mim and the 4 Wisp. But if they begin to the best of their capabilities and then add in Secret Bandit, who's having a third look at the track, he's right in the finish. If they all drove each other mad, could there be a scrimmage here? And could that suit a couple drawn out wide in Simply Stunning, who's a natural wide runner, well suited out wide? Dr. Babette likely to be slow out. And even Dr. Babette at a huge price, if there was a shuffle up front, she has got a staying future ahead of her. She could be roaring home late, and she's currently at $61. So if Distinction doesn't lead, the race is a lot more wide open.
And for Tab customers, you can get involved there with a QR special for Without a Trace, who comes up in race 9 tonight's Sandown Cup. The boosted price of $8, plenty of mayonnaise on that. Back to the Sapphire Crown. We've spoken about Distinction and her potential dominance on this race if she's to get it all right. Number 5 here, Nathan, Secret Bandit's just gone from $5 in the $4.80. She seems to be the biggest, most logical danger for the favourite Distinction.
Yeah, certainly, as Mickey's tired, just say Lamia, Nonna Mim and Whispered will want to get down to the fence. So if she doesn't nail the start, they could jam up down the fence. And we've seen Secret Bandit, second run at the track, run 5:01, 29:38 last week. She'll be primed even further by Jason Thompson this week. I think he's got a stranglehold on this race, but I think Distinction's the A-grader. Secret Bandit, I've thrown in for second, certainly the main danger. 7, Simply Stunning, will be minding her own business out wide, well suited by the wide draw. And 8, Paul Waverley, upset Distinction at the Meadows a couple of weeks ago, in for 4th.
Long-term plans here for the Thompson. Distinction was thrown in the deep end at a young age in a race like the Phoenix. We go a few months later, and here she is in a girls-only race, and she's drawn close to the rail. She's been back like she can't lose here. She's got an amazing forward pattern. She hopefully can run those sizzling sectionals, be too far out in front and hold on to win. I think Dr. Babette's a huge price, is a real rough here. I've got her in for third. 2, 5, 6 and number. 2, 5, 6 and 7. The Thompson's got a big stranglehold on this, I think, Jace.
So Distinction today alone has been $2.40, now into $1.80. In the shared opinion of at least us three, she's a massive chance to get it all right tonight and remind us of what sort of brutal early speed she can show. And now is her chance to do it on the big stage. Distinction, the start favourite in the Group 1 Sapphire Crown final. We've seen many a great female greyhounds win this over the years. Who is it for 2026? Let's find out. Let's get upstairs to Dan.
Phoenix is out for Group 1 glory here tonight. She's going to be awfully hard to beat from the low draw. She's got a ripping early first split if she can produce it. Highly Potent's drawn to perfection underneath it, and it's going to be hard to toss as well. Secret Bandit, the second of the Jason Thompson runners, brilliant here last week in the heats. This is the Group 1 Sapphire Crown. The girls are moving in. First line secured. Second line runners going up. Just about set to run. And the green light is turned on, and the lure's on the move. Race number 7, favourite in black and white. They're ready. Racing Distinction jumps fast and will drive through and lead. Secret Bandit early and Simply Stunning. Behind them was Lammy and Mim. Railing through was Highly Potent. Next in the field was Paul Waverley. Further back to Lammy and Mim and Dr. Babette. She went 4.94 to the first mark. Distinction leads by 4. Secret Bandit, the danger starts to close. Clear on Simply Stunning, and then came Paul Waverley. But it's Distinction in front. Secret Bandit is eating it up. Secret Bandit won it. Secret Bandit won the Sapphire Crown had beat Distinction. Simply Stunning has run third, and fourth in was Whispered ahead of Highly Potent. Then came Dr. Babette with Lamian on a Mim and Paul Waverley in 29 and 20.
Well, it planned out perfectly if you were a fan of Distinction, but as soon as Secret Bandit got on her hammer turning for home, it was going to be hard to hold her out. Holly Thompson, for your team, it panned out exactly the way you wanted it to, and Secret Bandit has been the one to get the job done.
Yeah, she was absolutely unreal. I still can't believe it. Wow, yeah.
It was a great race to watch, 29.19. I mean, since she's entered the kennel, what have you learnt about her? Because we saw her put in what was a decent performance in her first race here at Sandown. Last week she was much better. What's your summary on what you've learnt from her since she's joined the team?
I think just working out her quirks, and, you know, she's not a dog that likes to get overly stared up. She's quite literally probably a princess, to put it in simple terms. You know, and her first run was just kind of like a trial, and it mattered. When it mattered, she got things right, and I was pretty happy seeing her begin and being right behind Distinction. You never know what's going to happen in these sorts of races, and yeah, they were both class dogs tonight.
And your family has teamed up with some of the more powerful teams in Australian greyhound racing. This time it's with the Lords, and you picked up a Group 1 win. So pretty cool to share this experience with them as well.
Oh, it's amazing. They're like family. The team at Clover Park, Andy, Jody, and Hayley. We talk to them daily, and yeah, it's rewarding when things go to plan. And yeah, I'm happy for them, and yeah, it's good when it works out.
Good job.
Thank you very much.
Holly Thompson there, guys, after Secret Bandit, who we thought might have been the danger to Distinction, and wins the Sapphire Crown for 2026.
Incredible win there by Secret Bandit. Just the second stringer of the Thompsons, so to speak. But we knew there probably wasn't much between them. Just the preparation again from the Thompsons to the fore there, having the trial, having the look last week, then the heat run, and then the final tonight. A peak performance, and did so with Distinction out in front, doing absolutely nothing wrong. Yes, Distinction was beaten at a short price, but can't fault the effort. Run out in front, running those sectionals. Secret Bandit coming out of the pack there, winning fair and square, reeling in Secret Bandit like an absolute star, Nate.
Yeah, well, I reckon they've both peaked, you know, tonight. Like, you only have to look at Distinction. 29.32 was her PB before tonight. She's come out and she's run 4.94, 18.50 and gone down by a length and a quarter in 29.19. So she's run 29.2s herself, Mick, and Secret Bandit's just got better week in, week out. It's been another long-term plan by Clover Park Racing and Andy Lord. We've seen it with Consigliere, we've seen it with Aiden's Warrior, now we've seen it with Secret Bandit. They come down, they know the preparation between both camps and what needs to be done and how long they need to settle in. They got her down, they gave her that quick look here on a trial morning, put her around the first week, and she went well without being brilliant, and then she elevated to another level last week. And tonight she just had the right map to get on the back of Distinction, and she tacked on well enough in 18.50 to stay close, and when Distinction was getting tired, which she does, Secret Bandit was there to pounce. So fantastic training effort to train the Quinella. We thought they were the main two players. They were drawn ideally, Distinction close to the fence, and Secret Bandit with dogs underneath that wanted to go down. Slow beginner in 6, wide runner in 7. She was going to get that clear run to get out after the kennel mate tonight, and she was able to get close enough and be too strong overall. But fantastic training effort to train the Quinella by Jason Thompson, and a fantastic placement effort by all parties with Secret Bandit coming from New South Wales only 3 weeks ago to be winning a Group 1 here under the care of Jason Thompson, the Sportsbet Sapphire Crown tonight.
And you spoke about in the previous, Nath, Dewana Star, and how he's still a bit of a baby in terms of age and experience. He's got a lot ahead of him, and no different here with Secret Bandit, who's at a similar stage of her career with plenty ahead.
Yeah, certainly is. And like I said, you can't take anything away from Distinction either. That run was full of merit, a new PB for her. So a couple of weeks ago, people were thinking after the Meadows run where she got run down that she wasn't at her best. Well, it's been a long-term plan to have her peaking for tonight, and she's run a new PB. She's running 29.20s, and with 29.32 being her PB next to her name before tonight. She's gone every bit as good as she could. She just tagged the kennel mate in beautifully, who was too good in the run to the line. So take nothing away from the winner, take nothing away from the runner-up, and take nothing away from the training performance of Jason Thompson.
And Duck, another big scalp for the almighty sire, which has been Bernardo, has been on an absolute tear for the last 12 months.
He has. He's just an absolute freakish performer, Bernardo. And given that we still might not have even seen the best of Bernardo, given how much he's being used, there's got to be some absolute jets that are still coming through. So, and what I love about this is for New South Wales dog to come down, I would say over the years, the New South Wales Greyhounds have generally been performed disappointing, especially over these sprint trips. So for the Lords and the Thompsons to get together and recognise that maybe something needs to change with the preparation and have these satellite kennels, we've just shown how effective it can be with Consigliere having a couple of brilliant campaigns late last year and now Secret Bandit winning. It's a winning formula and they've done an amazing job.
Nathan, we're seeing that more than what we ever have with these sort of big kennels teaming up from state to state. Is it happening more than what it might have happened 10 years ago?
Well, I think it's a key factor that sometimes you've got to handle it to your rival, to your opponent, so to speak. And the reason why, Jace, is it gives the dog a chance to come down, settle in, go through the right procedure, not have to travel backwards and forwards and do the miles and have an interrupted preparation. But what I'm also finding is if you look at Aiden's Warrior as an example, when you come back second, third and fourth preparation, it fits seamlessly. That dog, Aiden's Warrior, a few weeks ago, lobbed here on the weekend and won a race at Warrnambool on the Thursday night. He knows where he's going. Jason knows. He knows the feeding regime. He knows the quirks of the dog. And away you can go. So there's no time in between that you're losing. You're keeping the dogs up and racing, keeping them at peak fitness, and you can be confident, this dog might be back in Andy Lord's kennel by the weekend. But next time it comes down, next time there's a big race in a few weeks' time or a few months' time, he just knows it's been to Sandown, drop it on the plane. Jason knows it's, quirks and even Holly's interview, starting to work out what makes the dog click and the way they have to approach her, and she'll be better the next preparation she's down here and the preparation after that. So I just think when you can trust somebody and you're dealing with the highest level of greyhounds, you're giving them every chance. So I think it's a phenomenal effort by both parties in sending the dog down, and they're reaping the rewards just like they did tonight.
And these shots will never get old. Brother and sister rivalry handling in a race of this sort of nature. And I'm sure they knew or had a gut feel what the result might have been turning for home, because what point, Duck, did you think she's probably got her here? Because Distinction, as much as we knew she'd fade back, she was still cruising all right going past the kennels.
Yeah, she was. I don't know, but it's a bit tricky question to answer. When you're out in front like that, you probably, if you'd stopped the tape, you probably would have thought Distinction would have held on and win, but that just shows you the merit of this win by Secret Bandit. And I love the photos there too, of a real female affair here with Secret Bandit, Holly Thompson and Sophie Thompson on the dais there. Great stuff.
Don't forget Shona there.
And Shona as well. And Holly's partner will just need to be cropped out of these photos for the female Sapphire Crown photos.
Jack Ryan. Big smile, big grin, and so they should after what was a superb performance from Secret Bandit. And as we've spoken about for the last 10 minutes, not just that, but also Distinction runner-up in this Group 1 Sapphire Crown final. So there it is. That's been run and won for 2026. I'm sure we'll be recapping that over the next week, and soon enough we'll be previewing the biggest of the Group 1s tonight, being the Group 1 Sandown Cup, which is race 9. Just a couple of races away, and we'll hone in on that following the running of race 8, which is fast approaching, which is a decent race, boys. We've got the likes of Texas President, who's normally doing his finest work over 700 metres, and he got Vista